Good afternoon, YouTube. I hope this video is finding you doing very well. This is Jason, aka Bit Junkie, and today is USI Tech update video. So that's what we're here to do today. Wow. Let's take a second, take a moment, and just look at Bitcoin. That says $10,652 down there. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's amazing. But you know, for USI Tech, there's a couple things that really stand out to me. CME futures are not available yet, and I'm assuming a lot of people in the volume is going up because of that. Because think about this: as Bitcoin's price is rocketing into the stratosphere here, right? Who's selling their Bitcoin? Really? I mean, there's people on these exchanges around the world, and there's some institutional people that have some kind of vested interest to do so, or some of them are market making and it's part of their business to make money on the fees and things like that. But who really wants to sell their Bitcoin with it appreciating this much? But then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And this is why Bitcoin, in my opinion, is completely different than the majority of everything we've ever come across, because of the limited supply. We're not used to the deflationary assets. You know, like when you buy stock in a company, you put the cap at where the market is, but a large enough company that redefines the space can redefine what the cap of a market is. So you don't know what the caps are, you know? So there's a limit to the stock based on, you know, market share and what the possible capitalization rates are. But then Facebook comes along and changes whatever you used to think. Or Walmart comes along and changes whatever you used to think. So it's possible. Bitcoin, it's not possible. There will never be more than 21 million of them. No matter how popular it gets, there will never be more than 21 million. Period. That's the protocol. So as the adoption goes up, and by the people that are holding Bitcoin, that are watching this thing accelerate, a lot of them are not going to sell it. So as people come into the space and the institutions, hey, we want some Bitcoin. And these guys are used to buying $2 and $3 and $4 billion worth of something. Well, we're going to be stingy with the Bitcoin. Like, man, I'm not giving you my Bitcoin. And the people that will sell it say, I'll sell it to you, buddy, but it's going to be $12,000 a coin. And this price, I don't know where it's going to go. I have no idea. But this is the purest form of supply and demand. And we never get this in the markets because there's no central controlling intermediary. It's just pure, we want Bitcoin versus no, I'm not going to sell it to you. And how does that affect price? Sorry for the tangent, but Bitcoin impresses me greatly. Oh, and I didn't even make my point. And my point for USI Tech is this right here. Remember, the packages that they're paying me back on are paid by the mining contracts. The larger this number gets, the more mining globally there is. And if they have the advantages that they've described in power, this is the more money they make, which makes the platform more viable. Which selfishly for me is good news, right? And apparently a bunch of you too, because there's a ton of people that signed up under me recently. So a lot of you guys are invested in USI Tech now too. So market cap is looking really good. I mean, let's pull the chart real quick. I don't want this video to be so long, but let's see. And here's the market cap curve for cryptocurrencies. I mean, today's volume, or yesterday's volume, today and yesterday, whatever it was, 21 million, is the highest of all time. It's as popular today as it's ever been in history. It's always a good thing. $21 million in volume. $21 billion in volume, sorry, over the last 24 hours. So let's get into USI Tech. I wanted to note, I added some informational videos. I added an informational playlist to USI Tech, guys. So anybody that wants to get more information about USI Tech, I'm finding, and these aren't videos that I produced. These are just different videos that maybe I watched at one point when I was doing research on the company, or videos that I thought had good information. And there's a couple videos that had interviews with the owners and stuff, and I'm going to put those up there too to show you what I researched when I was researching how this thing worked out for information purposes, because so many people have signed up and joined me. So I feel like I need to put some type of support stuff out there. So, a lot of people may have questions about who are the owners and what's going on with the company. So anytime I see good information, I'm going to put it in the playlist. All right. So this is what I decided to do. This is my USI packages. All right. So I know we're not going to, the showing the back office thing that I talked about in the previous video, there's some ambiguity in that terms and agreements contract. But what I do find in there is they basically have the right, if they feel that I'm leading or enticing people, to disavow me from their platform. And this thing is going great. And this is the platform that's providing me more Bitcoin for my long-term holdings. So we don't want to mess that up. I love you guys and everything, but we started this channel, we're trying to make some money too, and Bitcoin is the deal. So we're not going to mess that up. So, but I think I found a workaround. So what I'm going to do is do a case study of my original packages that I put in, right? So I'm not going to go through my back office. I'm not going to show you how much money I'm making or how many packages I bought or anything like that. All that stuff that's frowned upon, because in the end, that doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is what kind of returns am I getting on it, right? And that the platform is viable and still here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a case study on my original packages and just track those first 4 packages that I bought on October the 5th and see what the profitability of those are. And we're just going to assume as an approximation that's what the system does. But that's just what it's returned to me, okay? And that's how we're going to track my progress, because the overall numbers don't really matter. It's about the system being profitable and that it's still here. Okay. So on October 5th, I bought 4 packages. Each package is 50 euros. So basically I spent 200 euros on 4 packages. Couple key points here. Right here. This should tell you something right here. On October 5th, 200 euros bought you 0.0543 worth of Bitcoin. Now, remember, the contract with USI is 140% of your original investment, and they aim to do that over a course of 140 days. And typically, what's advertised was that the daily payout would be between 0.75 to 1.25%, somewhere in between, until you hit 140% return on your investment. So if we were to do the math, I had a handy dandy calculator ready to go here. So if I have 0.0543 BTC times 1.4, that ultimately means that they're going to return me 0.07602 Bitcoin. Okay? All right, that's the target. That's when the contract will expire. So up until this point, I've received 0.0188. Now again, this isn't the totality of my account, and the returns that I have received do not guarantee future returns for anybody else. This is just what's happened to me since I've been in, and everybody's results could be different. How'd I do in that disclaimer? Pretty good, right? Okay, so this 0.0188 is how much I've been returned. So let's divide that by the original amount that I started with, and that means I've returned 34.6%. Okay. Now my oldest package has been in for 39 days. You just have to take my word for it. It was on the other screen, but I don't want to go back to that screen because I don't want to play with the whole showing my back office deal. Okay. All right. So that works out to be about 0.88 or 0.89%. Let's round up. 0.89% a day, which is about what I did in my last video when we did the BitConnect versus USI Tech. I used 0.89. So this is pretty close. All right. So let's do some other math just to kind of show you the magic in this. Okay. So if I gave them 200 euros at the beginning, and let's I forgot that number, but 34.6. So we're going to say I've been returned 34.6%. So you would multiply that times 0.346. and that's about 69 euros. And we can go one step further for you guys in America. Euro to USD. Let's get a chart going here. So it's 1.19. Okay. So basically, that would be $82.34. Okay. All right. So the actual number. This is where the beauty of being paid in Bitcoin comes into play. The actual, what I've actually been paid is 0.0188 Bitcoin. All right. So let's look at this number, $82.34. And let's compare that to that's my return because it's Bitcoin. Yeah. So that's over $100 difference. And more importantly, percentage-wise, that's over 100% larger return. So basically, in essence, you could double. I've almost covered my entire return with 34% of it being returned to me because of the growth of Bitcoin. It's pretty fantastic, right? So, so that's what's going on there, and this is ongoing. And I'm not going to show you really anything else, but we're averaging about 0.89% a day. No guarantee for you, but that's what I'm averaging, and I've almost recovered my entire investment on this particular package, even though it's only gone 34.6% of the way. I mean, I probably have another over 100 days to get returns on this deal. So, wow. I don't even really know what to say. That's a pretty good return, right? So, USI Tech is going swimmingly. Very happy about that. All right. Another thing, I got a Twitter account. In my last video, I said I would look into getting a Twitter account. And bam, there it is. There's a Twitter account. So, at CryptoBitJunkie is the address. I guess I'll put it in the information box. At CryptoBitJunkie. 0 tweets because I don't have any tweets. And yeah, so we'll start building this here community. I wanted to, just as an aside, I wanted to say something here. For all the people that invested into Bitcoin in any kind of a way, whether it's through the platforms that we're dealing with or whether it was through anything else, Bitcoin is a new technology, and we don't know whether it's MySpace or Facebook, right? All of us that have invested, whether it be in USI or BitConnect or any of the various mining companies or just buying Bitcoin and holding it in a wallet, hoping that it goes to 100,000, we have the power now because of social media to influence the adoption rate. Have you thought about that? Like, it's one thing to invest and then just hope and pray, but we have the ability as a community to somewhat have an effect on how this turns out. All of us that are invested, we need to be telling everyone that we know about Bitcoin. BitConnect works better the more people that are involved. USI Tech works better the more the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin industries or protocol grows. We need that for the community, for our invest. Once you're invested, you know, we're on the team with our money, and we want it to work. So tell everybody about Bitcoin. So I started thinking. I jumped the gun a little bit, and I made a Facebook group chat, and I put it out there. But I've been talking to some very talented, special people through email and through telephone, and what we want to do is produce some free content that's educational that we can give out to the masses. We may have to do some giveaways to not to get anybody to sign up for any of these programs or invest in anything, but for adoption purposes, to put Bitcoin out there. We don't want Bitcoin to be MySpace. We want Bitcoin to be Facebook. We want this to win, and we have a voice. You know, us collectively, we can get out here and we can push our investments to work. So, hey, tell everybody about Bitcoin. It'll be a good idea. And I think I'm aligning myself with like-minded people. There's a really great guy named Jim in Los Angeles that we've had really good conversations over the last couple of days, and we've talked about getting some free education out there and doing some promotional stuff. You know, I said I was going to give away some Bitcoin. We'll give away some Bitcoin just to bring some to entice people to explore it and just bring recognition to the space. You know, everybody on the planet should know about Bitcoin, and that's going to ensure that our investments pan out good for us, right? This isn't like, you know, this isn't like a mutual fund. You just put your money in and then hope and pray that it works out. We have a choice here. We're under 1% adoption. Let's push it to 2% collectively. All right, I'm off my soapbox. USI is going great. We're making a ton of money. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me at Crypto Bit Junkie on Twitter, and be on the lookout for the Facebook group chat, and we'll get everybody in there. But I'm working with Jim, and we're going to actually put something together that looks a little bit better and works really, really good, and it's going to be good. And we're going to get some free education out there, and we're going to really try and grow the space. So be on the lookout for that. It was great talking to you. Have a wonderful day.